thinking to myself, tricking myself into saying that this is what God wants me to do right now because God thinks I'm such an awesome musician, you know, or whatever I was thinking. If I was more focused on God and what God's will was in my life, I would have been in a, you know, not to get too personal, but I would have been a better husband to my wife, for one example. That's for sure. You know, I never actually committed adultery, but it was almost like I was treating the band like a little bit more important than anything else. And geez, oh man, me and Aaron, we're brothers, you know, and we got to the point where we're not so brotherly like. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why a brother could possibly not be a brother to a brother anymore? It's because something in your mind tricks you into believing that there's something more important than that love that you have with your brother. At the end of the day, Aaron and I never lost any real love for each other, but we just, at one point, I was so upset that he wanted to end the band, or he didn't know if he wanted to keep doing it, that I resented him so much, and it was like, because of the band was going to break up. I was going to not invite Aaron over to Christmas. I was going to get him back. I was going to sting him real hard. I was going to get him. That was in my heart, kids, ladies and gentlemen. And I didn't like it, all right? I was at that place, and it felt horrible. It was just like, it was almost like death, you know? And I remember we were in Australia, right, Aaron? And I was like this close to saying, you know, some horrible things, and I was like, felt like I was on a cliff. All I had to do was just tell Aaron the most nastiest, horrible thing that a brother could hear from another brother, and it was gonna make everything like even. It's like I was gonna get him, and it's because I didn't want the band to break up. So, geez, that's just it's not good. And I realized how deadly that was. And that was the first time I started to sort of, I feel like I started to see things a little more clearly, but, you know, I'm still learning to this day, you know, it's like an ongoing process, and it's an intense experience this has been. Yeah.